Welcome back to Cobbled Chaos. So tonight I'm in the shop and I still have not received my floor pans. So again, another night of no floor pans. But I did receive something else today. So let's take a look. So this box was on my porch when I got home, and I'm assuming that this is my tail lights. So let's hope I got the right thing. And we might be slapping these things in tonight. So I don't know if we'll get them all wired or not, but we'll see if they fit the bezels and just what we got in this box. So let's see. Oops, there goes parts already. I'm losing stuff. What is that? Oh, that looks like a little plug-in adapter. So these are LED. Yeah, and they have LED flashers, which I think are they use less resistance or add more resistance in the line because the LEDs don't use much resistance. I'm not real sure how it works, but it's supposed to work. So that is what I got. So that's the entire taillight lens, and I could get him with the white, but I kind of like the all red, and this car's about going forward, not backwards, so who needs backup lights? So yeah, let's see if these things are gonna fit in the bezels and how easy they are to hook up. Well, we'll make our way to the trunk. The cool thing about this car, even though it was sitting in the woods, these keys were in it. I believe they're the original keys, and even the gas cap key is there. So yeah, I actually can open the trunk without a screwdriver, which is very unusual for my line of cars. Yeah, she opens up, and yeah, so I just got to pretty much pop a couple little screws off in there and pull this entire assembly out of here and hopefully just swap these things in. I don't know. We'll see what we get into. So I got the tail light out, and looks like there's just a bunch of little Phillips. I just got to pull this cover off and the lens and everything will come out, and I'm assuming this cover goes back on and sandwiches that LED light in there, and I think the pigtails are going to come out where the light sockets went in, but I'm not real sure yet. And naturally, doesn't seem to be any paperwork or install instructions in here, so I don't know, we'll wing it, we'll figure it out, I'm sure. And the cover is off, and you can see just how crusty these old lenses are. They're pretty well cracked and baked and brittle. So yeah, that one's pretty hammered. So they needed replaced anyway, and you know, that adds to the cost. Like I say, this conversion kit didn't cost much more than doing new bulbs and all the other junk. So but what's really cool that I just saw is these just plug into your old bulb sockets. So, which is cool, but not. I was hoping, and I don't know, maybe I'll wire these in or something and get rid of the socket, but yeah, that's part of my problem, was the light sockets were bad, and I didn't know that this is how these work. So that is something I need to decide on, because now maybe I gotta buy the bulb sockets too, or just hardwire these. I'm not real sure yet. So but either way, if your sockets are good and you want to do this conversion, it don't get any easier. Just plug those in and you got taillights. So yeah, this will just drop right into there, and you put your cover back on. Shiny brand new lenses in there. So I really like it. The only thing, and I need to look into it because again, it's got these little LED flashers, and it's good for the rear tail lights, but I don't know if I need to, on the front marker lights, if they need to be LED also, because it might kind of make things work goofy, like you got a tail light out or something, because it's going to have a weird resistance between the front old school bulbs and the LED rears. So I guess now I got to research that. So my cheap little solution might escalate it into a little more expensive one, which putting some LEDs in this would not hurt my feelings at all. It'd be cool if they were, you know, good and bright and able to see. So yeah, but I'm going to look into that. But either way, I'm going to go ahead and throw these things back in the car, at least have them in there, and then yeah, I think it might, I don't know, it might just be as easy just buy some new sockets and throw them in there. It sure would be nice to just be able to plug things in and out just like factory. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. But for now, let's throw these in and see how they look. Okay, so I got the cover on, and yeah, these pigtails are just gonna come right out of the holes that your bulbs used to go in. I'm gonna see if I can find a rubber grommet or something to go in here and just seal that up a little bit. Not that there would be any moisture whatsoever getting into there. So, but yeah, I'll get those sealed up, and I just don't like wires, you know, vibrating on an edge like that, and I don't know, it'll just look a lot nicer, and because this car is all about being nice. So, yeah, let's throw these things in. I'm curious to see. And there you go. There's the old and ugly and the new and sexy. So, yeah, I really like the way these look in here. It might be a little too modern for this car, but I definitely think in this day and age, with everybody distracted, that some good bright tail lights are definitely worth doing. So, but not knowing how these all hooked in, by getting the all red lens, that gets rid of basically my backup light. So I may end up having to join these ones together, and that way both lenses will all light up, because this one would have plugged in to my backup, which is now probably no longer going to be used. Or I don't know, yeah, I'd just rather have the whole thing lit up. So I may end up hooking these two together, and then they just plug into the one brake / turn signal socket. So but right now I'm going to plug this thing in, and because yeah, these just, like I say, they just plug right into this socket, and just like a light bulb would. So I'm going to plug it in, at least half of it will light up, and we can see how bright these things are. So my headlights are on, and we have zero tail light, and that is due to, back to why I did this whole thing, was these bad sockets. So I think what I'm going to do, since I need to jump these two together anyway, I'm just going to put them together and just plug them in, and just wire them directly in, and just do away with this socket altogether, because like I say, they just won't reach down and make contact in the bottom of that. So and again, these look like there's some kind of aftermarket replacement ones anyway. So yeah, I think these are going to get cut out, everything is going to get wired in, and yeah, that's how I'm going to do it. So who needs this junk? Alright, so for right now, I'm just kind of hot wiring these things together just to see what they look like here. And that is one half of it. So definitely an improvement of what was on there. I got to kind of figure out what I'm going to do here. So I think for the ease of everything, I only need to get 2 bulb sockets, and then I can wire the 2 of these elements together and get both these lights working, and then just plug them into one socket. And I think that's the easiest way to go, and I think that's what I'm going to do, instead of, you know, hooking everything into one and putting a bunch of connectors on there and stuff. So I think on the way home I'll stop and pick up a couple of plugins for these, and yeah, that should still make this project super easy, and then everything will work the way they're supposed to. The little plugs on here, you know, one's your turn signal and brake, and one's your park and headlights. So yeah, and I just plug them in, and everything's where it needs to be. So I think that's what I'm going to do with that. So but for now, I'm going to get the other tail light put together and put it in. So all I'd have to do is, yeah, I got a bunch of wiring crap here I was doing, but all I got to do is cut this old crappy socket off and wire it in, and then this was the one for the park and backup lights and stuff, so I can get rid of that, and or yeah, just the reverse lights, I guess. So but yeah, cut these off, put new ones on, wire these two together. I'll just splice them together in there and have one outlet, and then yeah, just plug it in like factory. So I think that's the best way to go on this. So yeah, but let me get this other light in there and we'll see what it looks like with both of them in. All right, the passenger side's out. It's kind of the same process. I just got to pull the lenses out of this piece and put the new one in and slam this back in that empty hole. Well, I got them both in there, and they look really good, real clean looking and stuff. And yeah, I was kind of wanting to wire them up so I could get a picture with them turned on, but just the way everything is set up in there until I get those sockets, it's just easier not to. So this is what you get tonight. But they're in. I'll pick up some sockets tomorrow, and we're gonna see how bright these things are. And yeah, I think this is a good little upgrade. They're a good light, it seems like, but yeah, there's just no instructions as far as like what the wiring is to them or what. So kind of plug them in and see what they do. But yeah, it shouldn't be too hard with a probe or something, but I just didn't get that far. So but yeah, super simple to put in, nice little upgrade, and we're gonna see these things fire up tomorrow. Well, I got to eat my words on these lights not coming with directions. So I was cleaning up and getting ready to throw this box in the garbage and pulled out this bubble wrap, and laying underneath was directions for these lights. So again, it was pretty straightforward. There's really not a whole lot. The LED flasher thing, it sounds like there's like a resisted flasher dealie in there and stuff. So there's about a couple different options if they flash too fast or too slow. That you can do to get them timed right. So again, I'm going to hook these up and hopefully they work with my regular bulbs in the front, but if not, I'll do the LEDs. I'm going to do LEDs in the front anyway, but for now, hopefully these will work to get me until the LEDs show up. So but yeah, so that's good to find those. Well, that was a partial success. I got to get the light bulb sockets, and I think these taillights will be working. Hopefully those flashers work and stuff. So, but yeah, hopefully we can answer that question tomorrow. I'm hoping those floor pans get here tomorrow because I really want to get them in this car this weekend. But yeah, we're crossing stuff off. You know, it's like get a couple things done a night or a week or whatever. But little by little, this thing's coming together. I think I've only been working on this. It's been, I think, 6 or 8 months or so, you know. But in the meantime, I've been working on Le Mans. I do my Jeep stuff and everything. So it hasn't taken too much to go from the woods to driving, you know. So that's kind of the whole point. It's like keep your love affair with your car alive, you know, and don't stack Christmas trees and let the cat live in it. So but yeah, so, and I got to say thank you very much for the comments, the support and everything. It's been amazing, you know, and it's I'm just, I don't know, some of your guys' stories, and you know, I hope this helps you relive your childhood, or you know, the good old days, you know. So I just want to take things back to a simpler time, and you know, and enjoy this stuff and not worry about the show and all the, you know, having to dump a pile of money in this stuff. So but yeah, I got tons of ideas. I got a lot more projects. I got, you know, I don't know, I'm on Marketplace every morning looking at stuff and getting ideas and different things. So yeah, keep watching, like, subscribe, share, whatever. You know, I appreciate all of it. So thanks again, and stay tuned. We got lots more coming up.